glad you decided to join us. Today's yoga story time is going to have a mixture of stories, of fun, and lots of yoga. And my cat Tiger Lily will probably be joining in as well. So today's yoga is going to be really easy. All you have to do is follow the moves I do, okay? So first, let's sit down on our bottoms and crisscross applesauce. And we're going to bring our hands forward in front of our hearts. Now to start our yoga story time, we have a special code word, and that's namaste. So let's say the word together while bending forward. Namaste. Good job. Now before we get to our stories, we have to warm up. So stand back on up. And I want us to bring our arms all the way to the top and wave to the ceiling, wave to the sky. Say hello, sky. Now bend all the way forward, bending your knees if you need to, and wave to the ground. Say hello, ground. Now you're going to touch the ground and put one foot back to start your car. Say beep, beep. Now put the other foot back like this, and coming down onto our bellies, we're gonna wiggle our shoulders up like a hissing snake. Say hiss. Now, tucking your toes under your feet, stick your bottom high in the air like a dog, and kick one foot up in the air, bring it forward to start your car again. Say beep, beep. Now, bring the other foot forward so you're sitting like a frog, and then stand on up, bring your arms up to the sky, and then in front of your hearts. Good job. Now, let's warm up our sides a little bit more. So let's get down on our knees, and we're gonna stick one foot out to the side like this, and put the other hand on the ground like this, and stretch the side while waving to our neighbor. Say hello, neighbor. And let's do the same on the other leg. Stick this leg out, put this hand on the ground, and stretch the side while waving to our neighbor. Say hello, neighbor. Good job. Now let's get to our stories. Great. Today we are going to talk about dancing. So we get to move our bodies in all kinds of fun ways. And our first story is called Broncherina by James Howe. I think you'll like it. Once there was a dinosaur. Let's do the dinosaur walk. Let's bend all the way forward and put both of our hands on our ankles, and let's step one foot in the air and then the other like we're walking. And this dinosaur's name was Broncherina. But Broncherina had a dream. She wanted to be a dancer. So let's do the ballet pose. Let's balance forward on one leg, bring the other leg behind us like this, and if you can, grab onto it with your hand. So Broncherina went to Madame Lucille's Dance Academy for boys and girls. But you are a dinosaur. Let's do dinosaur walk again. Madame Lucille said, true, said Broncherina. But in my heart, I'm a dancer. Let's do the dance pose on the other leg. Let's bounce forward on one leg. Let's bring the other behind us and grab onto it. Madame Lucille wondered what to do. She never had a dinosaur in her class before, but she loved Broncherina's heart, so she decided to give it a chance. So the pianist began to play, and Madame Lucille guided her class in pliés and relevés and pliés and relevés, and they practiced their arabesques. So we're going to once again balance on one foot, bringing the other behind us like this, and they jumped, and they did more arabesques, and they jumped. Broncherina was a beautiful dancer, but she was so big. So we're gonna do a star jump, and we're gonna pretend we're big dinosaurs. So we're gonna bend down like we're really small, and then we jump. We're gonna spread our arms and our legs wide in the air, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. Man, Broncherina's a big dinosaur. So Madame Lucille just wasn't sure how this was gonna work. And a tear rolled down Broncherina's cheek as she decided to walk away. Let's do the dinosaur walk again. Let's go really slow because we're so sad we can't be dancers with Ballerina. But wait, just as Ballerina was leaving, one of the dancers' moms brought a special gift for Ballerina. She brought slippers just Ballerina's size. So let's sit down our bottoms and let's point our toes and flex them and point them and flex them. Oh, fiddlesticks, Madame Lucille said. The problem isn't that you are too big, Ballerina. The problem is that my dance studio is too small. So let's leave our feet still. And let's stretch our arms wide to the sides like this. And we're gonna help Madame Lucille find a studio where Ballerina could fit. So let's stretch over to this side. Do you see a dance studio where Ballerina could fit? No? How about let's go all the way over here. Now do you see a dance studio where Ballerina could fit? I have an idea, said one of the dancers. Let's dance outside. And that is how Madame Lucille's Dance Academy became Madame Lucille's Dance Academy for boys, girls, dinosaurs, and cows. And everyone got to participate as Madame Lucille taught everyone how to do pliés and relevés and pliés and more relevés and their arabesques and their jumps. The end. What a great story. I love how Ballerina followed her heart and became a dancer. Now let's try this fun yoga rhyme. Let's sit down on our bottoms. And I want to put your feet in front of you like this. And I want you to stomp your feet. Are we ready for some yoga? If we're ready for some yoga, let's stomp our feet to make some noise. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Now stop a little faster and faster and faster, 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 and faster. Now stop and stretch your feet way in the air. Stretch, 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 stretch your feet. Oh, that feels so good. Now let's do the same thing with our arms. Are we ready for some yoga? If we're ready for some yoga, let's stomp our feet, our hands, and make some noise. Now stop a little faster and faster and faster, 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 faster. Now stop and stretch our arms way in the sky, high in the sky, stretch. Oh. Now let's do it one more time with our hands and our feet, okay? So, are we ready for some yoga? If we're ready for some yoga, let's stomp our feet and hands to make some noise. Stomp a little faster and faster and faster, 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 faster. Now stop and stretch your feet and our arms together. Stretch, 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 stretch. Good job. Now for our next story is called Harriet Dancing by Ruth Symes. Every morning, Harriet the Hedgehog ate 4 strawberries and 1 worm for breakfast before she went to her best friend Ivor's house. On the way to Ivor's house, Harriet passed Rabbit. Let's do the rabbit pose. Let's get down and curl into a ball and grab our heels. Morning, Rabbit. Good morning, Harriet, Rabbit says. Then she passed Frog's string. So let's bend down like a frog and let's hop. Morning, Harriet. Morning, Frog. Then she went through a forest with tall trees. So let's do the tree pose. Let's put one foot on top of the other and let's bring your hands high in the sky and put your hands together. Very good. Can you do it on the other foot? Let's put the other foot on top. Let's bring our arms high in the sky and put our hands together. And then Harriet saw the most beautiful sight ever. Hundreds of butterflies dancing. Well, of course, Harriet wanted to dance too. So she twisted and she spun around and she skipped and she hopped and she twisted and she spun around and she skipped and she hopped. But suddenly, she realized the butterflies weren't dancing anymore. Dance with me, said Harriet. No, dancing is only for butterflies, the butterfly said. Well, Harriet was so sad that she ran away. Run fast, run fast. But she was running and she didn't see where she was going, so she fell and rolled down a hill. Let's curl into a ball on our backs and let's rock back and forth. Let's go, rock back and forth, like we're rolling down a hill. When she got to Ivor's house, Ivor said, "Good morning, Harriet," to sun salutations. "Where have you been?" "Dancing," said Harriet. "But the butterflies wouldn't let me dance with them." "I'll dance with you," said Ivor. So Ivor and Harriet twisted, and they spun around, and they skipped, and they hopped. And then Frog and Rabbit joined in, and everyone twisted, and they spun around, and they skipped, and they hopped. And then the butterflies came, and they apologized for being so mean to Harriet, and everyone danced together. They twisted, and they spun around, and they skipped, and they hopped, and they twisted, and they spun around, and they skipped, and they hopped. Because dancing is for everyone, big and small. Dancing is for sharing with one and all. The end. Great. Now it's time for the best part of Yoga story time, because now we are going to take a dance break. And this song is all about being silly, so I need you to get your silly faces out and get ready to dance with me, okay?
Now this is called the Silly Dance Contest, where the silliest dancer is always the best. You just dance, dance, dance as silly as you please, and when the music stops, then you freeze. Dance any way you want to, dance any way you please, dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Hold that freeze as quiet as you can. And get ready for the Silly Dance Contest Round 2. Dance any way you want to, dance any way you please, dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Freeze. Like a statue. Now if you look silly, you're doing great. And this time we're going to jump up and down as high as we can. Jump as high as you want to, jump as high as you please, jump as high as you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Stay frozen. Some people freeze with a silly face. And this time, let's dance as fast as we can. Dance as fast as you want to, dance as fast as you please, dance as fast as you want to, but stop when I say freeze. I told you that was fast. But now here's the hard one. Dancing in slow motion. Dance as slow as you want to. Dance as slow as you please. Take a partner. Dance as slow as you want to, but stop when I say freeze. One final round of the Silly Dance Contest. Dance any way you want to, dance any way you please, dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. And it ends with your arms stretched way up high in the air. And when the music gets lower, everybody shrinks a little lower. And then lower. And lower. And lower. And all the way down.
Good job. Now it's time to end our story time with a little rest. So let's join our friends Spongerina, Harriet, Ivor, Rabbit, and Frog, and the butterflies on the nice, comfortable grass, lying down on our backs with our palms facing up. We close our eyes And we listen to the gentle wind swaying through the air, the trees rustling. We feel the warmth of the sun on our skin. We dream big dreams, and we're thankful for wonderful friends to dance with. Now it's time to start coming back. So let's wiggle our toes and wiggle our fingers. Let's hug our knees into our chest, and let's rock back and forth. Sitting up, let's crisscross and crisscross applesauce, and let's fold our hands in front of our hearts. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did in our first yoga story time. We'll do another yoga story time next month. But for now, don't forget to join us in 2 weeks for another story time with Miss Amy from South Branch. Bye!